It's happened before and it's happening again. The story repeats itself, maybe because it's static, or maybe because it's endless. But anyway, once there was someone, or maybe it was something. They didn't really know for sure, but their hands were trembling and their head was dangling from the window several stories high. This is it. They're close. They closed their eyes and imagined that they would get squashed on the ground and that their sight would fade away like that forever. The pasta they just ate for dinner, the sight of that, the smell of that, and the sound of that, all of that would just be gone. Like a plug pulled out and never able to be put back in. It raised questions they had thought about before, non-stop, every day. Questions such as, mainly, if reincarnation was real. One idea that preoccupied the young person was that they might be the reincarnation of many incredible artists throughout history, and now in this current era, there was no way to express that side of themselves. They just stopped thinking. It became too much. The thoughts swirled around, ridiculously so. They thought of a Dostoevsky quote that haunted them to no end. And now you have betrayed yourself for nothing. They hadn't read the novel where this quote supposedly came from. Maybe it wasn't even real. But anyway, this was it. They were dangling from the window, breathing in and breathing out. A Have a Nice Life song was playing in the background, but I could no longer hear which one it was. This moment had been planned out, and there is nothing more to be done about it now. And yet still, in spite of being convinced of their conviction, they still did not lean forward to definitively fall and seize. They had an image in front of them. They wouldn't just cease to be. They would simply become a pile of mush and guts. They thought about life and death, and how it had been depicted throughout their life. They thought of the film Die Hard, in which two things really stood out: the killing of Alan Rickman's character and the killing of the final blonde man that was ready to shoot within the crowd.
This was with me.
I hope that's not a hostage.
Their view turned blurry and then dark. They weren't dead. But what were they? It's a stormy, snowy night. Leo Tolstoy, trembling inside, sitting on a stool, looks out the icy window. He trembles. This is it. This has to be it. To stay would be to rot. To stay would be a betrayal. To himself and to God. He stood up, put on a long thick coat and a large hat, and went out into the night. On his horse through the snowstorm, Tolstoy could barely see, but as luck would have it, he soon found a train station, at which plump mothers and their beautiful little children were waiting on the train. Tolstoy arrived just on time. He got in the train alongside them. His hands moved swiftly against the side of the train door before it closed mechanically. This moment felt familiar. He felt old. They were 82 years old. The children were beautiful, but they were tired. Tolstoy thought he had shed a tear, but he wasn't sure. He was cold. He clutched his arms together and went to sleep. It went dark. He wasn't sure. He was cold. He clutched his arms together and went to sleep. In Romania, Avram Iancu wandered around hazily.
Iancule!
He looked blankly at the water in front of him, a turbid reflection, the hills covered in thick fog. Whether he thought about this or not, the truth is, many people had died under his name. The country would come to love him dearly, but he did not love himself. Avram Iancu picked up his flute and walked on. In the morning, Leo Tolstoy waits for the next train. They had sat on a chair, far in the back of the train station. A thump. That's what they heard. A thump, right? He opens his eyes and looks in front of him as if looking into a mirror for the very first time. His eyes, crystallized, freeze. The heart stops. They weren't crying. No matter what this feeling was, they could not cry about it. They suffered alone inside. This action, this fall, would prove everything once and for all. They never wanted that pasta anyway. They never wanted him anyway. There is no clear answer or conclusion to the story.
There he died. However, there was no way of preventing the funeral.
But I know they didn't die. For this is a story in which everyone and everything is immortal. But how about my life? I am living right now, but you wouldn't know who I is. I am the writer, but I am writing within the text, and thus I only exist within these blank pages. The truth is, they still dangle from that window, and they are losing their balance. They hope they're crying. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. The door opens. Their mother and father come in. They heard. They let go. They let go. Their body fell, but this one remains.